Hello students, today we will discuss about the introduction about files and input output streaming and buffering. This is the object. So for this purpose we will understand about the files operation in terms of the C programming. The input and output operation is performed by the keyboard and the screen operation. Keyboard generate an input and the screen will show the output. In between, the operating system will perform the process operation between us. When the program has been terminated and all the data has been lost, the reason behind that primary memory is volatile. If the memory is volatile, then how to store the data? Then you will have to move into the files operation. So the concept of file operation in which data can be stored on a disk or secondary storage device like hard disk, floppy, CD, DVD, pen drive, etc. So as in this diagram you can see very easily a code is been run, the library functions is called, they are generate some input operation and the operating system will take it, provide some output, and this output will store on the disk. So basically a file is a collection of related data that is placed on a disk. Clear? So now I am moving on. Hence, how to streaming operation in the file. Basically a file represents a sequence of bytes. Okay? Regardless it is being a text file or a binary file, doesn't matter. Always a file represents a sequence of bytes and data is stored in the character format or a binary format. This is the different area of working. But the sequence of bytes perform into the file operation. In the file handling, you have basically the two broad categories. The first one is the high level categories and second one is the low level categories. Now what is the high level categories? High level category is the category where all the thing has been managed by the libraries function that is inbuilt into the compiler. But if we are moving to the low level operation, it is totally dependent upon the system calls, and these system calls is reside into the operating system, the overall handling performed by the operating system. Hence the high level file handling operation is too much easy compared to the low level operations. Now as in this diagram we can see very easily operation, a programmer or a user to run a program and generate some output that is stored into the file. See, this programmer is generate a output by the program. Whatever the input is performed by the programmer, it is executed into the operating system, and this operating system will generate an output that is stored into the file. Okay, and this output is easily you can see into the monitor, and this monitor will contain the output streaming operation, and this programmer will generate an input that is performed by the keyboard. So in this whole diagram you have the two type of streaming. The first one is the input streaming operation and the second one is the output streaming operation. When the programmer will generate an output for the program, this output is called performed by the output streaming, and by the keyboard when the process will take the value, this value performed by the input streaming. Now in this diagram you can see, in this diagram you can easily understand about these two things, input operation and output operation. Input means standard input that is generated by the keyboard, text terminal keyboard, and the output operation, it is called the standard output, that is performed by the display machine, display monitor desktop. In between you have the process, and this process is performed by the operating system. So the operating system will take the value from the keyboard, and this value is performed by the standard input stream and generate some output that is displayed into the monitor or desktop. And this display that is performed by the standard output, and if you have got any such type of error, then this error will be handled by the standard error, STDERR. So a stream is basically a sequence of character or bytes with function that takes the character out of one end, okay, and put character into the another end. That is, value get in as input from one end and output generate by the other end. Okay. So input streaming we can easily understand by this diagram, the all over the thing. The first thing, how many devices that is generate the input, that are the mouse, that are the keyboard, that is the sensors, webcam and other processes. So in this diagram, this is the data source. This data source is represented by the keyboard, mouse, temperature sensor. These devices, whatever the devices, that is generate some input, and the process and the program that will take the value and perform some operation on that. Okay. So here this data source generates some input, and this is called the input stream operation for the program. This one, okay, that is generate some input, and this is the input stream, and this stream will provide the value to the program. Now this program will perform some processes operation that will provide some file operation. The value will be stored into the output destination, and this destination may be the files, maybe network oriented operation, maybe gamepad, rumble, maybe monitor, LED, speaker, anything. So the process will generate an output, and output stream will take that all the output and show this streaming data into the as per your selected device, whatever you have to perform in the file, network, gamepad, rumble, monitor, whatever you have to. So what is the main work of the stream? So here stream basically act as an intermediaries between the program and the actual input devices. It is the interface between the program and the actual input output devices. Okay. Now, so input output library function, if I am talking about the input output library function in terms of the streaming and buffering, they are basically classified into two broad category. First one is the console input output function, and second one is the file input output function. So in this session I am just discussing about the console input output function. So here, suppose you have a program and you have any file. The file input output function we will discuss in the another session, the next section. But in this section I will show the example of the console input output function. But firstly we will understand about this diagram. What is the working behind this? A disk file that is reside into the hard disk. Maybe you have a data in this file, maybe not. Suppose the data in this file have, okay, the file have some data. So with the use of the input file stream, we will read all the data, and this data will be generated in this input file stream. Now the C program will take this data, perform the operation, generate an output, and this output will be stored in this stream, and the output will be updated into the file. So here this file perform two tasks. The first one generates some data as an input and takes some output, but the operation behind this are totally different. When you are taking data from there for the read purpose, it is stored into the input file system, and when the data is saved into this file system, that is performed by the output file stream. Okay, so input output console functions, there are two types basically, formatted and unformatted. You have already understand about the scanf, printf, char, int, float, string, etc. and etc. The main function, these are the data types that will decide how many bytes you will use in your program. The scanf, that is scan data, that is take an input from the keyboard, and the printf, that will generate some output. Similarly, you have the unformatted functions. So here the get ch, fget ch, get, these functions are basically take data from the keyboard or another devices and generate by the output. These are the functions, put, fput, char, put s. Okay, so this is an example where we will understand about the formatted data. Okay, suppose I have an integer weight and 63, and this 63 will be described as an output operation in terms of the different formatted types. Here percentile d, like this output, percentile 2d, some point difference, it is not mentioning here. If percentile 4, then you can see the space operation, percentile 6, again space operation, minus 6, then space between 63 and kg, and percentile 1 and another. So this is basically the formatted output. So input output stream buffer, this is the example for the unformatted output. If I am working on the unformatted output, then this is an example. So I am just going to explain with the help of the Dev C++. Okay. So in this screen, you will easily understand, see that this is a C program basically. Firstly, I am just explaining the terms of this, where what is the use of the get ch, what is the input operation and what is the output operation, get che, what is the input operation and what is the output operation, and what is the dependency upon the get char, and how to perform the output of this. So firstly, I am just going to run this program. Now in this program, you are just seeing that the cursor is blinking and he is wait for some input. Get ch, that is want some echo of the character. Echo, like you just click on this, any key you can press, he just wants some input. So I have just press and enter. In this operation, type any character, you can see easily, type any character. What is the means of ch equal to get che? What is the means of this? Will echo the character type. Once I have click on, like I am click on F, just you will get the next line of instruction. He will not wait, this program will not wait in this line, because this is the property of get ch. You just want the echo of character, you just click on this and you will move into the second line. Now what is the means of get chr? In this get chr function has a property echo the character and must follow the enter button. Like I have pressed G, but now the cursor will not move into the next instruction, because this program wants some specification like enter. Once I have clicked on enter, this program has been complete and it is finished. So this is the property of the get ch, get che and get cher. Okay, now I am going to my slide. Another most important factor for the C programming and in the operating system also and in the computer world also, the buffer. So buffer is a buffer. Buffer basically a cache. Cache, what is the cache? Cache is a small size of memory that will store data in temporarily mode. Okay, whenever you are writing any program, or if you are writing some operation into the Word file, into the Notepad file, then this cache will store all the data, but immediately this data is not saved or into the file or whatever you have to decide the destination. Once this buffer area is full, then the whole data will be shifted into the your file or your destination. You can see easily. First it is sent to the buffer, and when the buffer is full, then its content are written into the file. If you are working and your file is closed, then all the data, all the content of the buffer is automatically stored into your file. Even your buffer is not full, but your file, your operation, everything is closed, your program is closed, and all the content will be stored into your file. This is called basically the flushing of buffer. Once the data come from the buffer and store into your file, but your program is not finished, your program is finished, then this process is called the flushing of buffer. Okay, so buffer is a small size of memory. It's a temporary memory. Data will automatically associated into the into the buffer and then shifted into your file. And with the use of the file pointer, you will decide how much data has been you have written into the buffer. Okay, so this is overall for today. Thank you very much to listen me. And this is the references. Let us see by Yashwant Kanitkar. Also a very good book, See in Depth by S.K. Srivastava and Dipali Srivastava of BPV publication. Thank you very much.